Nomadic Fanatic and Diana, they show their cruise, and Living Free Mike, yeah, he's still reminiscing. It's a little bit chilly and windy outside, and there's a chance of rain today, so I thought I would stay inside and come to you from the studio. Now, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm sure nobody really cares, but again, I don't want those people that think I'm so one-dimensional to, think that all I do is either sit here or talk about the same person every day over and over, because I don't. But anyway, let's just move on, and we will start with the tater. Now, I didn't watch a whole lot of the video because I figured it's tater on a cruise, free food, and yeah, I am not interested in sitting down for a half hour watching him smack his lips and slurp food and throw it on the ground every 5 minutes. So yeah, I kind of didn't really pay too much attention. I scrubbed through, and yeah, but it doesn't really appear that I missed a whole lot anyway. I mean, what did they really do? It looks like they just pretty much either were eating or floating or just basically laying around. I mean, the only thing that they really participated in, or I should say Tater participated in, was karaoke, and he went up and bellowed one out, but he always does that. But other than that, I mean, they watched things happen from their cabin on TV. So yeah, they didn't do a whole lot of anything. But again, eat and float. Oh, the hot tub. Oh. And of course, Tater was complaining that there's not a adults only pool and blah, blah, blah. Well, go on adults only cruise, for Christ's sake. Everybody's not going to cater to you, even though you think the world revolves around you. It doesn't. Tater also claimed that he was alcohol free. In an attempt to overcome his seasickness, he wore a patch behind his ear. He put one on his navel. He had a little shock collar on his wrist, and he didn't drink for several days. And if you do believe that, whatever, it didn't last long because he was drinking some Coors Light garbage. I mean, it's not even real beer anyway. But anyway, so he did have a beer, and apparently he's so happy because he got over his seasickness with the help of his little shock collar. But he even had to wear it when he slept, even though they were in an interior cabin in the center on the bottom where there's not a whole lot of rocking. I don't know. But anyway, let me know what you think down below. But Tater did say that, yes, he is going to be offline for, 5 days, because they didn't get a drink package. They didn't get the internet package. They didn't get a whole bunch of packages. They're rolling cheap. They're rolling cheap. And they even got the cheap room again. And he said, that means that's right. No Instagram, no YouTube, and not even Facebook. And I had to say, what? Facebook? But I thought,
I'm not on Facebook, so it wasn't me, guys.
So I guess not being on Facebook really is not going to hurt anything, because you're not on Facebook. All right, I want to just draw your attention to something new on the channel. It is an Amazon link. It is like a storefront. So if I buy things, use things, if I talk about something in a video, and a lot of people have been asking me about this and that and the other thing, and where'd you get that and what is that? Well, now you click on the Amazon store link, and it can take you to a storefront, and you can click on stuff. And if you buy stuff from not just that, but if you go rummage through, it works just like the affiliate link. And from now on, whenever I do make a video and I show a product or mention one, I will put the link to it below for you to use my affiliate link, and I get a few shekels. That's right, I am doing that, just like so many others. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know, because I mean, that Ninja grill that I got, I mean, I must have sold at least a half a dozen of those things that people went out and bought. They liked it. And this whole time, I could have got a penny or two, but I didn't. So I figured I'm going to do it. So look out for that Amazon link if you're interested in anything. Thank you. Now we got Living Free Mike, and he's doing the posting. I told you yesterday when I was out, I told you he's posting old stuff. This is like his third one. The first one was him and Lydia. The second one, him and Marlo. And now this third one, he's in a group of people. I don't know. Do you think this kind of implies something? Do you think maybe Mike is not just reminiscing and pulling out old stuff just because he doesn't want to make videos? Or do you think that maybe he's tired of being alone out there in the desert, roaming around doing stuff? Do you think he's sitting back thinking about days gone by when he was actually traveling and not the off-grid homesteader being static and not moving at all? Do you think he wishes he was still mobile, hanging with little groups of people, or even with a lady friend like Lydia and Marlo? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? You think it's just Mike just grabbing stuff and it's a coincidence he grabbed a Lydia and a Marlo one and a group one? Or do you think Mike's getting a little bit lonely? All right. Now, I'm not going to get real political, but I'm going to get a little bit political because this is something that, it kind of impacts the nomads and other folks. But since I talk about the nomads a lot, the wheeled wonders, if you will, I wanted to address this real quick. Now, I agree with most of the things that the Trump administration is doing, but not everything. And just like when Biden was in, I didn't agree with anything except maybe a couple little things. So this is kind of like that. And what I'm talking about is the Parks Service. And we all know that affects the Wheel Wonders big time because they travel, they go there, they stay there, they film there, they have a good time there. And it's not just the Wheel Wonders. Everybody from all over the country goes to these places to enjoy the national parks. Now, Trump's firing and the hire freeze and all the other shit that he's doing to the national parks, I don't agree with at all. Now, recently, Arches National Park in Utah, they closed that fiery furnace hiking thing. And a lot of people go. I mean, it is a big, big attraction. And I just think it's silly because the park services, before Trump got in office, was already understaffed and things were closing. Some because of people abusing things, but then again, there's no one there to police the areas and keep track of things because they were understaffed already. So I don't understand this move there, the Big Donald. I don't understand why there's this attack on the National Park Services or the Park Services in general, the Forestry Service and all other stuff. I don't get it. I don't agree with it, and I think it's pretty dumb. Now, I know some of the nomads have been talking about this and that and the other thing and some other things that are similar, but I just want to say this, and I know some, or maybe not all, but I know some do, but I'm not sure. Most of them, they don't take care of themselves. They don't do a lot of things because they're out there, whether it be necessity or whatever, but they're trying to escape everything. So do you even vote? Do you even know where to go vote or how to vote since you live in or reside in some state that you never visit ever? So as much as I disagree with this whole thing, I don't want to hear a whole lot of you bitching because you probably didn't vote and you probably don't even know what's going on with your own community and lifestyle because you want to isolate yourself from society, whether you have to or just choose to. So let that sink in for a little bit. Now, the other thing I think is kind of weird and I don't understand is the Social Security thing. No, not that he's taking away everyone's Social Security and we're all going to just perish because all the money is just going to dry up and he's cutting it. No, they're going through and they're stopping payments for people that are over 160, and also they are stopping people, not Social Security, but there's other loans and grants that are being handed out to 9-month-olds and 6-year-olds. Yeah. So they're weeding through that. But the Social Security part is the closing of the phone services, that's a bit worrisome to me. Now, not myself. There's one, I am fortunate enough, I live in the capital city, so all I have to do is drive down the street, and the Social Security Administration building is right there. I can go in at any time. I am capable. I am able. But there are a lot of people on Social Security, whether they be the elderly and they just can't get around, don't get around, they can't drive, whether it's their mobility or their eyesight or whatever, just as aging and things fail and they can no longer drive or whatever. Or if it's a disability issue and people just can't get around. So now they can't just call and get things done. They have to go in to an office. I think that's just, it's silly. And right now, like many other things, they're understaffed as well. Whether it be, overstaffed with just a bunch of people that don't work half the time, but even now to actually get an appointment to go in, there's very, very long wait times. So now you cut off the phone service and make everybody go in to an already swamped. It's going to be like trying to get a doctor's appointment. Oh yeah. Are you sick? Well, we can fit you in 3 months. And that's what it's going to be. Oh, you didn't get your check or there's a problem. Well, we can get you in 3 or 4 months. I hope not having money for 4 months isn't going to put too much of a strain on you, because we know that Social Security is just so much money. If you listen to people like Timothy Baker, because you want to get it quick and to get that free check and just kick back and live life large. Now, the other thing I want to touch on real quick is the post office stuff. He's talking about getting rid of the post office and everything else, or privatizing the post office. Now, I don't know about you or how much you know about the post office, but it has always been a strange thing. It was, and probably will continue to be, a very, very strange entity. Now, I have friends that worked at the post office. I even had a family member that retired from the post office. And if you ask any employee at the post office, they will insist, they are very adamant that they do not work for the government, and the Postal Service is not a government entity. So, is it or is it not? How do you privatize something that's already privatized? See, people are flipping out because he wants to do whatever with, I don't even know. I didn't look into it that much. I just hear the ramblings and the rumblings, and people are flipping out and losing their minds. But the United States Postal Service is an independent agency, meaning it operates separately from traditional federal departments, but is still under federal government's jurisdiction, which, see, that's what makes it kind of weird. It's the government, but it's not the government. It's weird. Postal workers they're considered federal employees only because they participate in federal benefit programs, and they're subject to the laws and the regulations of the federal employees. But technically, they're not federal employees because it's not. It's very weird and very strange. So basically, while it's a federal job, it operates with a structure it's more similar to a private corporation than a traditional government agency. I don't know. It's really weird. And on top of that, the Postal Service, now, it's not funded by taxpayer dollars. No, it's funded by the sales of stamps and boxes and service. It's funded that way. It's not funded by taxpayer dollars. So for everybody to be losing their mind because they want to privatize the Postal Service and make it not a government entity, well, it already is. So what's everybody crying about? I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. But I just wanted to bring up those few things and say that, yeah, again, I agree with a lot of stuff, but I don't agree with everything. And so you let me know what you think about the Social Security thing, about the phone services being shut down, and definitely the already understaffed, I should say, park services being a hiring freeze and people fired and all other stuff. I think it's kind of dumb. But again, like always, you don't have to agree with me. That is never, ever, ever the point here. What is the point?
Yeah, this is BlindViews. And that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.